Hi, I'm Terry Strongman at Tharanki Ramacharaka. Thank you for selecting this video on astral entities and lower subplane astral entities and protection. All right, but before getting going, if you like the video by the time it's over, then please give it a thumb up. And if you haven't done so already, then please subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell thing, share the joy of the channel with others. Remember to give a thumb up at the end if you like the video. Okay, those things having been humbly requested, now let's move forward. I want to read to you just a little bit, like part of a paragraph, maybe the whole it's the first paragraph of the chapter 5, Some Lower Subplanes, from the book The Astral World by Swami Panchadasi. All right. I just did this chapter, I just uploaded the whole chapter. But now, there's something specific here that I was thinking about. So I might as well just tell you what I'm thinking. Right here it is. Now, listen. Excuse me. I'm going to assume that you know what's in the first 4 chapters, that you know what we're doing here. We're taking a tour, a guided tour, in some of the lower subplanes of the great astral plane. All right. Now, student, we are entering the vibrations of the lower subplanes of the astral. I'll tell you when the important part comes. You must nerve yourself to witness some unpleasant sights, but be not afraid, for nothing can harm you here while I am with you. Were you alone here, now pay attention, were you alone here lacking the knowledge of self-protection, you might find the experience very terrifying. No, right there. You know, the author, William Walker Atkinson, a.k.a. Swami Panchadasi, put a span on that, more like, what do you mean by the experience? What kind of terrifying? You know, like, terrifying due to what happening? That kind of thing. But there's no. He moves on. But even then, though you lacked the higher knowledge, that is, of self-protection, if you would, here's the key for us in this video, if you would but maintain a positive mental state, and 2, deny the power of the astral inhabitants to harm you, you would still be safe. A firm mental attitude and the assertion of your own immunity will act as a barrier through which these influences cannot penetrate. Now, I indicated a number 3 and a 4. They were really very statements of numbers 1 and 2. But let's take a look. Look, these are clues, all right? My point here, and why I want to talk about this just a little further now, what I just read to you, just a little further, is because if these are the way to protect yourself, at least from having a terrifying experience involving astral entities, some lower astral entities, at least some, right? If it's a way to accomplish that when visiting their plane, you know, all right, like rubbing shoulders with them in their land, in their territory, in their backyard, on their block, then this ought to serve us well. The same things ought to serve us well. Here, in the material plane, with respect to these same entities and their influences on us and so forth, you know, across the plane, astral to material. Right? Why wouldn't the tools be the same? Or why wouldn't ones that work there also work here? These are pretty plain and straightforward things here, all right? So look, again, all right, a positive mental state, that pretty much equates with a firm mental attitude. That was what I said was 3, a firm mental attitude. Well, that's a positive state, right? I want to talk just a little bit more about positive. This doesn't just mean, you know, thinking positively, as in, you know, the opposite of thinking negatively, which might happen if you're in a state of depression. No, this doesn't mean just keep a bright and cheery, easygoing, positive thinking mental state going on. It also means positive, as in, what was this? A firm mental attitude. This has to do with your willful control of your polarity-wise, your positivity in relation to other beings. You're more positively charged. Your will is stronger. You have more plus signs than they have, and they have more negative signs. It's a polarity thing, all right? Okay, that's a positive mental state. The assertion of your positiveness in polarity over them. All right, that's also a positive mental state. That's really what it means in the first place. At the bottom of it all, no matter what other view you're coming from, it's going to boil down to that. I mean, all right, that's enough said about that. Okay. Deny the power of the astral inhabitants to harm you is about the same as the assertion of your immunity against them. Will act as a barrier through which these influences cannot penetrate. All right, so maintaining a positive mental state and maintain it. Maintain it. Like that's your way of being, okay? And deny. Affirm your immunity. Affirm your immunity against them. When you're visiting their abode, or whether you're not. What's it going to hurt? All right. Clues. Good ones. For your own self-protection, without having to astral travel to have to use it. Put it to use right now. Same thing. There you go. I'm Turk Strong. If you like the video, give it a thumb up. I'm Turk Strongman. It's Ron Q. Ramatraga. Be well.